Hello, 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 my celestial beings. This is Mystic Storm here to clear the path to a new life with you. Okay, I hope that you all are doing well. Okay, if you're new here, welcome. All right, this is going to be a demonstration on how to do a candle, well, a jar spell, right? This is honey jar spell, and yeah, I want to demonstrate how to do this. This is for self love, okay? And you can do this for any intention. You can use spell jar for any intentions, but this one specifically is for self love. Okay. So I'm going to pause. Okay. One thing I do not care for is there's no fade out on StreamYard. If it is, I don't see it. All right, baby, because especially as a musician, I'm like, just want it to fade. Like, please. But yes, so we're doing a spell jar. You can see, you've seen the picture on the thumbnail of a self-love jar that was made that I did. And I'm just going to demonstrate on how you can personalize your own self-love jar. All right. And I'll just say it doesn't have to be exact. I'm a firm believer is this is your spell, this is your work. Work with what you got, baby. Okay, work with what you have. It's no pressure at all. Okay, so yeah. I'm excited. I'm currently in, or we're currently in Leo season as I'm filming this, and also we are in Venus retrograde. Other planets are in retrograde. We have Saturn retrograde, Pluto retrograde, Neptune retrograde. We have Chiron retrograde, and Mercury retrograde is coming up in a few days. Okay, what a time to be alive. All right. So, but the self love one is especially due to Venus retrograde. It's a lot going on as I scroll through social media with people in relationships and career and money and finances. And this is what Venus rules, right? And if you are into like the goddesses, or you could say deities too, Oshun. Oshun is represent a representation of Venus. You can also think about Aphrodite and um, other. I think it's Saraswati in Hindu. Yeah, so if you want to work with any of those in conjunction with this, that will be great. All right. So this is not going to look like what I have on the thumbnail. Like that was my personal one. If you want to do it like that, you want to get the roses and put it around, do what you do. It's your craft, right? But this is just how you make a spell jar. Okay. I'm not going to do like pour actual the honey in there, but I am going to mix the herbs because I want to like make a blend that I can do on candles, right? I can for myself and also for my shop, Mystic Storm Spirituality, okay? I also want to say that in September, we have the fall equinox going in. You all can probably see that on the banner. I am doing a spiritual workshop, okay, for the fall equinox. It's going to be great. We're going to do some meditation and journaling, and I'm going to guide us through this time. What does the fall time represent? The veil is very thin at this time, so we're going to work with our ancestors as well as diving into some, shadow work as well. And we're going to do some sensual yogic movement. Okay. So I am doing that in person as well as virtual because I know some people had asked the last time I had did an event, can we get it virtually? And wasn't prepared for that, but now, okay. So you can buy your admission on msbotanica.com. Okay. So with this self-love, we know about self-love, right? It's love for self. But why would you need a self-love jar in particular? Especially if you are feeling a little low and you're trying to harness that energy, build up your self-confidence, your self-worth, your self-esteem, all of that is a great focus to contain this intention in a jar and keep this for long term. All right. I do have multiple jars that you can see. It doesn't have to be exact. Like this is a Walmart um, seasoning jar. If you want to go, smaller, you can do that. This is a pesto jar. This is actually it's a mason jar, so I usually keep these. And of course, we have some mason jars this size as well as this size. Now, this is the size I use for mine. It was just my preference. My preference. All right. So I'm going to use actually this size to mix the herbs. All right. So when I do any type of spell work, I just want to say the before I get to this point, I do either like a spiritual bath, a spiritual shower. I meditate, you know, get grounded, get focused so you can focus your mind and your intentions on your craft. Okay. So that let me be clear on that. I just don't want you just to hop on like I'm doing this, even though sometimes do what you do, but the results will be better if you do it that way. So you make sure that your instruments are cleansed. I'm just going to use some of my incense just to cleanse this. You can use sage, palo santo, any smudge stick or any incense stick you have, right? Just to cleanse the energy, right? And I have some candles here. Like I said, I'm going to use some of the herbs for the candle work. So I have it here. And some of the oils that can be used, I also have and I want to share. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Felicia. Hey, Vixis. How you doing? Oh, hey, Auntie. Hey, Rock. How you doing? So, yeah, just in time. So I'm getting off with this spell jar. So first off, you can before you even hop on to putting in the herbs, you want to write a petition. You want to write a petition or your just intentions if you want to do it like that. Now petitions, people usually use like brown paper bag type of paper or the parchment paper. Okay. But again, use what you have. All right. When I did mine, I had parchment paper, but babe, I wrote it out on a notebook. Okay. So when I did it, I just wrote out my intentions and I just kept going, kept flowing. Was very intentional, right? You can do this too. All right. It's no right or wrong way to do it. Okay. I will say that I did do a self-love jar maybe a few years ago. And I removed all the things from the jar because I was in a different mindset. I was still in my 20s. different mind frame. Like I've learned some things. I have more wisdom. I really was getting in there on my intentions. So even though that this is long term work, you may find that you may want to upgrade, down the line. So I'll just say that. So you can write out your intentions. I usually put like the date that that I wrote it along with my name at the top, right? And then I wrote some affirmations on here. Oh yeah, name and date of birth. Date of birth. Yeah, I always do that. Date of birth, right? And then that's not my birthday. Okay. So I wrote some affirmations. You can put this in your petition, or you may want to speak these over the jar itself. Okay. So my favorite one that I even made like some art out of it is I am enough. Period. I am enough. All right. Another one that I had liked when I was searching was I am courageous, confident, and competent. Okay. Another one is my voice and opinions matter. Okay. This is especially helping with self expression, right? And another one is I belong here. Those three words are heavy. I belong here. Sometimes we get like so lost or complacent. It's like, why are we even here? What's the purpose? This is saying you belong here. You're here for a purpose. You're here for a reason, and be proud of that. Take pride in that. All right. Then we have I am worthy of love just for being who I am. Okay. I am worthy of love just for being who I am. We don't have to change for people. Okay. All right. All right. We don't have to change for people. I have a couple of more and then I'll go to you, Felicia. And then I am stronger than I know. Okay. I am stronger than I know. Right? And then the last one I put here, and remember, these are just suggestions. This is my worth is not determined by the outcome. Hand clap. My worth is not determined by the outcome, by the person, by the circumstance. Okay. A lot of times we put our worth on our jobs, on our relationships, and all that stuff. It's not based off that. Not at all. Okay. So those are some ideas to, write on your petition. I don't want to give you a scripted petition because this is personal. This is for you. What do you want? How do you want your love for self to grow? How do you want to be seen in this world? Okay. So Felicia asked, never used a spell jar. Can you tell us more about them? Yes. So spell jars are used like, say if you do candle work, if you're doing candle spells, right? You light the candle, for 7 days and you let it work down, right? A spell jar it's long term, right? It's very long term to where and all you have to do to activate it is like the candle, which I'll demonstrate soon. So this is, for example, you can do jar spells for different intentions. I know I'm doing this for self-love. I have a prosperity and career jar spell, and this is really good because you're putting your petition in here. You're putting the herbs that are in that for that specific intention. And in this case, we'll use honey, even though you can use other other things. You can even use water, but honey, the substance is slow. It's, it's slow moving, it's thick. So this particular jar spell is going to take, it's slow and steady, right? And, sweeten your life, right? So yes, essentially jar spells are like a compact containment spell that you want to keep over time. Okay, because a lot of times we do candles again at 7 days. Some people do one and done. You should do multiple candles for that intention, especially if the candle is, depending on if it's black, how far is the black in there, things like that. Whereas again, this is very compact. This is like your go-to. So you can light the candle on top of the jar every day, every week, on certain days of the week, whenever you feel like it, right? So just to give it that initial oomph, right? To activate it. So yes, spell jars are containment spells in order to keep, this is long term, because you want longevity in a particular intention or subject. In this case, self-love. Okay. Let me know if I explained that well for you, Felicia. Okay. So, all right, we had the petition, right? We talked about that. I'm going to tear this out of here. So you write your petition and whatever paper that you have, you want to fold it towards you, right? This is what you're calling in. Now, if this is a jar that you are, like a sour jar, like a hexing jar, that you are banishing jar, you want to fold it away, right? Away from you. So, but in this case, self-love, you're calling this in, you're going to fold it towards you. Then you're going to turn it clockwise, right? If you were banishing, you would turn it counterclockwise, right? Or hexing. But okay, clockwise. Fold towards you. And then fold towards you. Now you can do it 3 times or however many times you would like, so you can fit it inside the jar. So you'll put it in the jar like this, okay? Now, so again, you probably are in a meditative state by this time. You're probably playing some really nice music. You're just in the zone, right? So these herbs I've intuitively pulled. Again, this isn't exact. You don't need to have everything that I have here, okay? I'll start off with some common household herbs first, and then I'll go into some of the extras, All right. All right, cool. So, of course, lavender buds, some lavender in there for peace, tranquility, for healing. Okay. And use, it doesn't have to be too much, but use your discernment. I usually just kind of take 1 or 2 just like pinches or heapings and put it in there. So that's lavender. Oh. Then now this this is catnip. Catnip. This is to, increase and draw things near. This is very attractive energy. Catnip is really good too, also in prosperity work as well. Catnip. This also will make you very attracting, okay? Attracting energy, attractive energy. Catnip. And again, I got this from the Dollar Tree. Like it doesn't have to be anything, um, special or high end. All right. And then next we have rose petals. Okay. Rose petals. And again, I'm making this kind of blend to keep from my candles. So I might, match those up once I'm done with this. Yeah. And cinnamon sticks, or right now, all I have is like the ground cinnamon. Again, this is stuff in the kitchen. Y'all. It doesn't have to be, you have to go out and get anything, too fancy. I'm going to shake some in there. Okay, cinnamon. All right, those are kind of like the common hold herbs that you would get in here. Now, this could be it. That's all you need. And then you would take your honey and pour. I will pour clockwise to fill it up. Okay. Again, that's it. Like, oh, I have this in my, in my house, or I can get this really available, or things like that. Is good. Now we're going to get into some more herbs that you may have to go to a spiritual shop, your local spiritual shop to get. Okay. All right. We have St. John's wort. St. John's wort. This is really good for courage, okay, and strength. This has solar energy. So this is really good, like for the solar plexus, for your confidence, right? Positive energy, it wards off negativity as well. Very protective herb. Another protective herb is nettle. Nettle is really good. It's a powerful protector. It's a jinx remover, right? This is also good for like purification. And again, you don't have to put as much as I'm putting right now. Again, I'm making a blend for it. It's like killing two birds with one stone. And yes, lemon balm. I freaking love lemon balm. Okay, it's to help soothe emotional pain. All right, it's also good for like meditation, and emotional pain, especially after end of a relationship. Okay, so lemon balm is really good, but it also soothes, like for your mental state, as far as like anxiety, things like that. So this was lemon balm. Another good one, white willow bark. Okay, this is really good for healing and protection and cleansing. All right. White willow bark. And as you're putting these herbs inside of the jar, just don't throw them in there. Be intentional. You can speak your affirmations, focus on or visualize how you envision yourself to be, after working this jar spell. Okay, increase in confidence. All right, that was lavender buds. Okay, now I've had this for this herb in my I guess you could say apothecary, but a lady that I met, she goes by Gabby Hugh. Okay, she reminded me of this herb and how good this herb is. It's for love, but also providing protection for love too. Protecting love, protecting yourself when it comes to love and relationships. So this is really good for self-love to help with boundaries. Okay. Boundaries. So this is yarrow. Yarrow. So when she told me about yarrow, I didn't put this in my spell jar. But you want to know what I did? I sprinkled it around the rose petals that I had on mine. Okay. So again, it doesn't have to be exactly like, you know, it's just like a recipe. You don't have to follow the recipe word by word. You put your own little spin on it. Like that meme. Put your own little spin on it because it's what your magic. Your magic. Okay, because the more that you do this, the more you just gonna start picking up herbs like, oh yeah, this is gonna go good with this is gonna go good with that, and and it just comes like second nature. Do I have Minister Eileen? Minister Eileen. Oh, shoot, Cammy. Oh, shoot, Cammy. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? She also said, hey, to Monica. Yes. Cool. So we had yarrow. I also have Damiana. Damiana. This is a good less herb, right? A very sexual herb. So you might be like, well, Mister, why you putting it in self-love? Because think about like your sensuality and you loving on yourself. And also that's also boosting confidence, right? This also think about attracting energy as you focus on your self-love. You're attracting the partner that you want, or attracting, what you want in life for you to receive. Okay. Got some Damiana in here. Just a little bit, not too much. I don't want people beating that door, right? Yes, exactly. Yes, feeling yourself. That's what feeling yourself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Yes. Like you just confident walking in the room, boom. But then also think about sensuality. Sensuality. That's a part of self-love too. Okay. So I did that, and then y'all, now this wasn't in any of my. I might sprinkle it around. Who knows? But I was in meditation one day, and I don't remember if this was the day I was doing that jar or not, but it was around that time. I've been working with this candle, so all I heard was angelica root, angelica root. Okay. So this is a really good, this is a powerful guardian and healer, and to provide strength to women. Don't we all need some angelica root. Okay. Angelica root. Okay. It's also good for warding off evil and bringing good luck in health and family matters. This is needed. okay, for especially strength within self-love. This is also a good herb to put like in an exorcism bath, okay, like for protection. Definitely gonna put some of this in my new batch of protection oils. Definitely. Okay, got some roots here. Okay, so those are all the herbs I have brought to demonstrate. And again, I got this blend that I'm gonna use for like my own, candles, or if I make any more self-love candles, even though I have some here, I'll use that. Okay. Now you got your herbs right in here. And this is where you can put oils, right? Your intention oils. I have self-love oil. Now I will take it, and I'm not pouring. I'm just demonstrating and going clockwise, pouring. Just fill it up once and pour. I also have an uplift oil. This is really good to get you out your funk, your blues, like depression, anxiety, right? This also has like some of like that St. John's wort in there for courage, things like that. So you would take some, put it in there. Another good oil to possibly use is a road opener. Road opening door oil to remove any obstacles in your way, especially as you're doing this work. Okay. Yes. So you got that. Again, you got your energy flowing. You may want to hold on the candle, on the jar, and speak your intentions, just focus and just visualize. Just be very intentional, very focused on what you're doing. Okay. And then you'll take the honey. It doesn't have to be it can be any honey. Again, work with what you have, work with your budget. It is what it is, right? It's the intention. But this is I did raw and unfiltered. This is pure honey, okay? Wildflower honey that I use, and you can tell I strictly used this for my jar. You can see how much I had used, but again, I had this jar. Yes. So that's why, yes, Ocean Kimmy. Yes, the honey pot. Now, that's exactly why I said this would be good if you wanted to work with Oshun for this, or Venus energy like Aphrodite, Saraswati. You can definitely work with them or call on them to assist you in this work, or call on your ancestors to assist you with this work. Okay. Um, and also women, especially, maybe also including your bloodline in this, because as you're healing yourself, you're healing your ancestors, and you're healing your lineage. Okay, because you carry the seeds, the eggs that are going to come forth into this world, right? All right. So, another thing that I want to mention, like in the petition, like say that you want this to be affected in this physical plane, in all time, in dimensions, in realities. Okay. Make sure you hit it up. Okay. Any parallel universes, all that stuff, you get it. Okay. On all playing fields. So you're gonna pour the honey again, clockwise, pour it up. It's gonna be slow moving. You might even want to, before you pour it, taste it, right? Taste it, feel that honey on your lips. Really get, again, very sensual with this. So you've poured your honey, right? All right. Now, sometimes if it's gonna be thick, right? Once you close it up, So it might be a little difficult to move things around. What I did, I put a little bit of water in there just to get stuff moving, just a little bit. Okay, you'll move it around. You might, go like this. Feel the energy coming off your hands. Like, really get in there. You know, this is your magic, your intentions, your energy, right? So you do that, and what you can do now is put a candle on top. Now, I do have some color candles, pink and yellow. Okay. Pink is especially good, or what is commonly used for like self love work. Pink for like the heart chakra. You can also use green, right? Yellow here is for the solar plexus, for that confidence. All right. But you can also use, I put orange here. I didn't have it in these, but you can also use orange. This is what? Sacral chakra. The sacral chakra. Okay. And then I got the green here, right? And I was thinking even as far as like a light blue for healing. Okay. And I've been thinking about using, I do have some healing uh intention candles that kind of melt so nobody will want them. I use them because the power is there. I'm gonna put them on there because what? This is your magic. It doesn't have to be, set what everybody else does. If you're being called to do it, do it. Okay. And again, this could be just white or a white candle. Even at one point, baby, all I had and all I could afford was some tea light candles at the Dollar Tree. And that's what I used. Okay. This is your magic, your energy. Do what you don't break your budget to do this work. All right. So again, make sure you cleanse your candles. Two, you may even want to blow on them to cleanse them. Now you can dress them with oil as well. So you would put the oil on here. You may even want to carve hearts or sigils on this candle, and put the oil. Make sure you're bringing it down, not pulling it up, because that's pulling it away. And you're bringing it down. Okay. Now you can also go with the herb, like say if I use for the herb mix, you can put the herbs on the candle. And I do that sometimes, but I feel like I'm going to stop. And here's why. I only use it on certain occasions. And here's why. When you put the candle here, I'll show you how to stick it on there in a moment. When it melts down, the herbs are here and it's going to catch on fire. So all the drippings that come down, they're going to, burn off. So as it's not going to be as pretty. And again, it's magic, what you do. But so you might want to let it build up, and say if it gets too high, maybe you want to put some herbs on there just to bring it down a little bit. Okay. Yes. I'm looking at these comments. Yes, put a little water in for quicker movement. Yes, because honey is slow. Honey is slow, baby. Slow moving. This one actually looks kind of quicker than normal. But when I put it in the jar last time, I was like, oh, let me put a little water in here, get it moving. Okay, but this is still long-term work. Okay. Yes. Love your sweet jar. Yes. And again, you can use this for a prosperity or like career, right? But you could change the herbs out. Okay. You might still use some as across, different multiple things, but you might add on more herbs for that. And use maybe greens or reds or gold candles. Okay. And also orange. Orange is for success. But yeah. You put the oil. So how you stick the candle on top, you would light it. And I'm not gonna do it now, but you'll light the bottom, and it's gonna drip onto here. And then once you do maybe a few drops, maybe 5, you're gonna stick it there and hold it for a few moments. Hold it until it can stand on its own. You may even want to test it, like maybe, of course, it's not going to be like that because I'm not doing it, but you can, tap it a little bit to see if it's going to move. It should not move, okay? Another thing you can do, especially before you stick it on there, especially since you want to get some of that surrounding, you can burn this and let it drip on the sides around. You can do that a few times. Or if you want to just take a candle and let it drip all the way, you can do it and take time, so it can look, aesthetically pleasing, right? So after you mount it on here, you light it up. You might want to sit with it for a little while. You still might want to do some energy work, or you may want to get up and dance, do some movements, right? Or, set it up in a space of your choosing, your altar. Now, it can be just by itself. It can be on a plate. Like, again, my demonstration, I had it on the plate. But I sprinkled rose petals. You may want to do that as well, right? Another thing, and I forgot to mention, you can put crystals in the jar too. If you would like, just make sure they don't corrode. Like, I wouldn't put pyrite in there. But you can do, of course, clear quartz or rose quartz, amethyst. You could put or malachite, not malachite. I think that's not a good one. It will decay. Green aventurine or jade, heart chakra ones. Okay, you can put those in there, or you can lay them on the plate or on the altar table, how you want, right? Again, this is like your magic. All right. I'll just keep those there. And that's it. That's how you do it. Again, so let's talk about days that you can do this. Like, so you do it one time and you want to do it again. Today is Friday. Today is Venus Day. So this is a great time to do it. Okay. During a new moon going to, or a waxing moon, right? A waxing moon phase. If you don't, so say if the moon, say if the moon is waning when it's going from full to new, and that's banishing, don't work with the moon. Work with Venus. And that's it. So it may be a waning moon, but it's a Friday, so you still do it. Okay. So Fridays are really good. Sundays for the sun, to get that solar energy, that confidence. Think about Leo. We're in Leo season, right? And then also Mondays, which is the moon day. Mondays are really good too. Okay. I also want to add, now, even though Tuesdays are for Mars Day, but that's like your sexual energy. So that still counts like root and sacral chakra. But to each his own. I don't typically do it on a Tuesday, but I may feel called to, and that's okay, right? You can do it on a Wednesday, right? Because this is your mind, for your clarity, to get that mental going. You can do it on a Thursday, right? Because that's Jupiter expansion. And Thursday is also an Oshun's day, right? For expansion. So you can see how you can work with the energy that's going on. You're not restricted because this is your magic, and you can call and work with the energy as you please. Okay. I know this is probably a different type of tutorial because I am so like free flowing with my work. Some people are very particular. But as life is lifing, okay, you got to work with what you got, and that's the real practitioner, the real magician. Okay, so good. So okay, got that dancing. Yes. So, do you all have any questions about the jar? Comments? See if anybody has something. But I know I didn't do it, all pretty fancy like I did as a demonstration. But this is just to show you how it's going. Okay, Alicia's happy. Okay, good. Good. Well, all right, you all. I will bring up again that I am doing a spiritual workshop for the fall equinox. That's going to be the in-person one is going to be on September 23rd, and then the virtual one is going to be on the 24th. Okay. And then let's see. Oh, hold on. We got a couple. I'm not particular. I just do me. You are doing beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate you. This is, yeah, definitely. I've been doing spiritual work for years, and I just never like did a tutorial like this. So this is my first time, you know, doing a tutorial here. So I'm happy that you all liked it. And then Felicia asked, do you burn the candle down? Yes, the candle will burn down. So the chime candles usually take a couple of hours to burn down, and you can, yeah, just let it burn. Just let it burn. So if you want to be at home, that would be best, especially since if you don't feel comfortable since you stuck it on there with the wax, you may want to check on it, every now and then just to make sure. But yeah, you'll let it burn now. Okay. But okay, y'all. Thank you all for vibing with me. That's it. That's all. I feel like I should pull a card. I was like, I don't need to pull a card, but I want to. I just want to. Where do you keep the jar? Oh, good question. Now, you can keep the jar on your altar, right? Or anywhere you feel safe. Because not everyone has an altar. All right. You can so say if you have it now, I have mine currently. I've kind of made my dresser an altar, like a self-love altar. So you can even be a dresser. But again, if you're not just out there with it, you may, put it on the table, work with it. And after it burns down, you'll put it somewhere safe. Okay. Let's see. Felicia said, yes, pull a card. I couldn't resist. I said I wasn't, but I got to. So the deck I'm being called to use is the Rose Oracle. So the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. Yes. We're gonna get into it. Yeah. All right, Spirit. Answer. I invite you into this reading to give the clearest message for anyone who watches this video that is going on a path of self-love, self-confidence, self-worth. What do we need to know in this time and space? The thorn. Protection, boundaries, clear communication. This is what this self-love is going to provide for us. Boundaries, speaking up for ourselves, not having to necessarily adapt to the environment. Let the environment adapt to us, baby. Let it do. I don't know why I keep saying, baby, it's my ancestors or something. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the thorn. Protection. And it's so funny because I meant to say this in the beginning. Because I say this, self-love is protection. Self-love is protection. If you want to do protection work, of course, yeah, we talked about exorcisms and stuff like that, ward off spirits, but self-love is protection work. Okay? And clear communication. You're not gonna hold back. This is gonna actually open up your throat chakra. Doing this work, hey, it's gonna open you up. You're gonna speak up for yourself. Minister Eileen Oshun Kimmy said that she was just talking to a client about boundaries. Yes, this is a big subject matter, especially around this time. Now, I normally don't read the book. I just said my piece and that's it. But I do want to read from the book on this one, especially since I'm only doing one card. So it says, the rose is the queen of all flowers. Her soft and often fragrant bloom takes our breath away from near and far. A bridge between heaven and earth, she has the capacity to act as a portal to our true selves and call our soul more fully to our body. She leaves us in awe, allowing us to experience heaven on earth for a very precious moment. But the rose is not gentle and soft. In fact, most roses are armored with spiky thorns and prickles of various shapes and sizes. These sharp protectors act like knights defending their queen, clearly setting the necessary boundaries and conditions for her to do what she was born to do. We too are like the rose. So often we don't get taught how important clear communication and loving boundaries are to our relationships. When we're not clear on our needs, when we don't communicate them, when we don't take responsibility for them, it's impossible for others to give us what we need. This often results in a breakdown in the relationship. Communicating our needs and establishing our boundaries allows not just us to feel safe, but those we're in a relationship with to feel safe too. This card delivers the message of the importance of clear communication, boundaries, and taking responsibility for our needs. To be clear with others, we must first be clear with ourselves and then communicate this to our loved ones and the world. So the soul inquiry, that was beautiful. The soul inquiry is, what loving boundaries are you being called to establish? And how are you being called to communicate clearly to those you're in a relationship with? Okay. The thorn. Self-love is protection. All right, this work, this is confirmation that this self-love is the protector so we can naturally just bloom and blossom. Okay. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I hope you are too. Thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to everyone that watches the replay. And yeah, I'm putting this out there because I know that I'm doing this work in this time right now. No, we all need it. Okay. So if you have any questions going forward, you can email me at mysticstorm333 at gmail.com. If you want a reading or if you want to book services, you can go on my website, msbotanica.com. All right. And get at your girl. Make sure that, that you subscribe, like all that stuff. So we're gonna go out here. I did this one today. I don't like that. Oh, it changes the tone, and I think it's just me on my end. Felicia said confirmation. Yes, indeed. This is exactly the work, the intention to like from my self-love thing is to establish better boundaries, and stand on them for sure. So that was definitely confirmation for me. Yes. I want to pull myself hard. Yes. Good. Dust it on off. Let's light candles on it. I love it. Yes, for the ask where can you find details about the workshop? It's on our website, msbotanica.com under services. So there's two there. There's going to be one for the in-person and one, the first is, it says virtual. So yeah, you can look that up as well. It should have a really good description on there, but sometimes when I go through my website, it doesn't show it all the time when you're trying to book. My host is Wix, so apologies. But if you want more information, if you don't see it, feel free to contact me. Okay. All right, ladies, have a blessed Venus day, and I will talk to you all in the next one. See ya.